Alright guys, Patton Fishing here, coming at you with another video this Thursday. So this will be Bass Fishing Today number 2 for this, actually that was last month, so this will be number 1 for this month, but the second one I've ever made. And so I'm going to go ahead and get started right into it. Sorry about last week's video, don't know what happened there, boat problems, all sorts of crazy stuff going on. That's alright. Also, we have a tournament coming up this Saturday. I'll get more to that later. And I'm going to need a little while to edit it because I'm going to try to make it pretty good. So, let's get into Bass Fishing Today, video number 2. Alright, so number 1 on these videos is Bass Nation News. Now, our first high school Bass Nation tournament will be on December 9th on Lake Gunnersville. That is, if we can find a boat captain. So be prepared for that. High school Bass Nation, December 9th. So the video, will be a couple weeks after that, but just go ahead and give you a heads up on that one. Alright, so what are the fish doing right now? Well, I'll tell you what they're doing right now. It's getting cold here in Alabama. I'm now wearing a hoodie, and you can't see my boots, but I'm wearing some boots and some jeans, and I'm gotten ready for the cold weather because a cold front has come in this week. And it's going to be very interesting because we have a tournament on Saturday, and I'll talk about that in a second again. But yeah, it's getting cold, and what that means is these fish are really starting to push up. In the last Bass Fishing Day I said they're starting to come up, but these fish are really starting to hammer these shad schools now, and it's more about the shad coming up to the surface than it is the fish moving up to feed right now. With this colder weather, all your thread fins and any other kind of shad you got start moving to the surface of the water instead of staying 3 feet below like they have been lately. So any day, any week now, they're going to start coming to the surface, and you should get some good, possibly some topwater action going on. Me and my old man, we caught like 10 fish in about 10 minutes, and 4 fish, 4 casts, crazy stuff on topwater. They all started schooling up on those shad that you see on the top of the water. So that's what the fish and the shad are doing right now. They're really getting to the top, to the surface, near the bank. Alright, so now as this upcoming tournaments for me and what's going to be on this channel, or just our high school team in general, we have a tournament on Saturday, Wheeler Lake here in North Alabama. It should be a good one. I don't know, the fish have really changed, I'm sure, since this whole week. It's been a real hard cold front all year, the first one. And so it ought to be interesting, but it should be good, and it'll be a fun one with ASA, BFA, Alabama Student Anglers Bass Fishing Association. Now, if you ever want to get a high school team started, or you have any questions about it, drop them in the comment section below, or just say, hey, what's your email or something, and we can talk about it because I would love to help you, and it's a great thing to do at your school. Alright, so the key tactics right now are mainly jigs and spinner baits, besides topwater, and that's just because I talked about topwater last week. But basically, here's a few of the ones I like to use. We'll start with the jig. This is a swim jig, so not exactly the jig I was talking about, but these work really well. I don't use those as much as I use a spinner bait though, and spinner baits are really something key you want to use when those shad are coming to top. You get them going through the shad ball, below it, beside it, wherever, and this spinner bait will really get the attention of the fish. I like to throw jigs like I'm talking about, and this is when maybe you don't see those shad coming up to the top right now, or maybe it's a real windy day and for some reason you can't find them. That's a windy day is good for a spinner bait. Let's just say somehow you're not finding those shad. Slow it down near places shad would be, and use a little, like a finesse jig, like the ones that Strike King make, or just a normal, half ounce, 3/8 ounce, whatever you like a jig. My favorite kind of jigs are Bang It jigs. They're a place local here in North Alabama and in Tanner, so go check them out, and they really have some nice stuff to offer. So that's my 2 favorite tactics right now when these shad and fish are coming up and the weather is getting colder. Alright, the GoPro tip of today is I have a Hero 5 Black. I saved up all year for it. That's how I started my channel, with this camera right here. One of the biggest tips that I did not know, I wish I would have known before I bought one, was you almost have to have a microphone. And not just a microphone, but a Pro microphone adapter that costs $40 that GoPro makes. It's the only one that works. I've tried other ones. I still don't even have, I have the microphone, and I have like a Rode microphone and one I can also clip for my chest mount, but I didn't know you had to have a different special $50 adapter GoPro decided to throw in there. So the audio on this, I have not touched this camera. I'm sure it still had binks and bangs in it. I mean, it's horrible. I'm not even gonna lie. It's absolutely horrific. So you gotta have some kind of external mic or something that fixes that. So that's the big tip for any GoPro owners, users, future GoPro owners, whatever. You gotta have a microphone. Alright, and my fishing tip of today is gonna be something I highly believe in. See if I can get it out of my pockets. And that is fish attractant and kind of dyes. I'm not real big on the dye stuff, but mainly the fish attractant, the stuff you spray on your lures in the bottles, stuff, the Bass Dynasty you squirt on it, all those type of things are highly key in my opinion to use on the jigs that I throw while I'm doing, you know, this slower fishing here. You know, this is just the stuff I have with me, is this, you know, spike it, color, dip it, whatever. Hey, I would say anything is better than nothing. If all you do is dip, you know, even the tip of your skirt in, the tip of your crawls you're using, anything like that, if that's all you're doing, that's better than nothing, because I've truly found a difference in every single kind of attractant, not just one in particular, every kind. The way the fish bite, they hold on longer, it seems like almost every time, and you really get better results when you use some kind of attractant with smell or, you know, anything. I use Bang It spray a lot, and I just got some of that Bass Dynasty stuff. I'll try to let you know how that goes. So that's something you should definitely look into and consider doing. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up Bass Fishing Today number 2, which would be, I guess, late October edition. Sorry again for last week, but, you know, I'm kind of glad it happened, because with this tournament coming up Saturday, I'm going to need a good 2 weeks to edit it after that. And it's not every day I'm editing it, like, unfortunately. I wish I could edit every day and make an awesome video, but with sports, school, and other extracurricular and extra YouTubular activities, it's kind of hard. Okay, I don't know what that was. So, thank you for watching. Hope you picked up some tips. If you have any questions, comments, if you want to know how to start a high school fishing team, I'm going to stress that. Let me know. Contact me. I will help you out best I can. And thank you again for watching. Subscribe if you're enjoying the videos. Drop a like if you're enjoying these little Bass Fishing Today informational videos. And I'll see you next time. Well, you know, I've been making a lot of my videos in my house, so I decided to take a little walk, whoa, in the creek, and try to find me a new video taking spot. And I think I have come across the most perfect spot you could ask for. Just put your little camera right in between the boom, boom, it is done. I have found a new video taking place. Can I have 3 claps on 3? 1, 2, 3.